all the cells are actually channels because they're all connected with everything else. We use these words, nadis, which are the subtle energetic channels where everything is connected with everything. In a technical quantum mechanical way, our body is nothing but light and energy. It is just the movement of space and energy. Everything is hollow and empty inside. We use this word kosha. Kosha is kind of layering and coating one underneath another. And our body is permeated with so many subtle channels and pathways. And one of the most important responsibility for everything, what we do in our life, is to keep those pathways and channels open. What we did just now, few minutes ago, was trying to improve circulation. When we try to shake our hands and neck and feet and everything, we try to improve circulation. We are trying to increase the circulations of nutrition and flush out the toxic waste from the body from those subtle microcirculatory channels. One very important concept in Ayurveda is fire, Agni, digestion, metabolism. It is very important that how it's not what food you are eating, but who is eating that food that is even more important. Every person has a different digestive strength and digestive capacity. You create your body from the conversion. It is not what you eat, but what eats you that is diet. Okay? What eats you is how much you can convert it. You can look at different nutrients and things on the bottle, like this much has this much calcium, this much magnesium, this much selenium and everything, but who guarantees that this is exactly what you're going to get after you digest the food? So how do we understand whether I have enough capacity to digest the food? And this is something which, when I talk in the class, to give people an exercise to feel whether I'm really hungry right now. And it's the scary part. There was a research recently published that people ate food or grabbed for a snack when they actually were just feeling a sensation of thirst. So we're becoming so dumb that we can't differentiate between thirst and hunger now. When we are thirsty, we eat. And when we want to eat, we eat even more and we overeat. And so it is just a conscious habit or programming of something where we are not even subtly close to our body to understand whether I am hungry and how hungry am I, and what is the ideal quantity of food I should be eating at this time, and how easily I'll be able to digest it and metabolize it. And every time I eat certain kind of food in certain quantities at this late in the night and everything, how my digestion works. It is not only important of hunger, but it is the digestion, metabolism, conversion, assimilation, as well as elimination. All of those functions are the functions of Agni, cellular fire, digestive fire. And there are two very important functions what we use for Agni or digestion. It is the macro digestion. It is something from the moment you eat food and you feel hungry one more time, or you have a bowel movement next day or something. That is the macro digestion. But the micro digestion, where the smaller juices of the digestive juices and the nutrient fluid is circulated everywhere in the channels, it takes several weeks to digest the food what you ate today. And so you had to make sure that circulation is happening all the time. I was discussing with with Dan recently that there is a new recent research which is being published in the Journal of Medicine, which says that those people who are able to observe extended time of fasting means 5, 6, 7 hours, they're not eating any food once or twice a week, or as a routine habit, at least 5, 6 hours of gap from breakfast to lunch, from lunch to dinner, no snacking as such, have 28% more chance of reversing heart disease. And fasting, it is something that it's a kind of a newfound phenomenon which is Ayurveda has always talked about. Give enough time for that burning, that conversion to happen. If that conversion is happen, then that fire is going to be even more lively. It is going to be sharp enough for you to digest the food in completion. If your Agni, it is correlated with pitta, which is digestive juices, hydrochloric acid, all the bile juice, pancreatic juice. It is fire in water. That's what pitta is, isn't it? Water and fire. So it is fire in water. All those digestive juices which are being oozed out from your system are going to be dull, not sharp. Then your ability to digest the food on top of it is going to be very, very weak. And imagine if at all you are drinking all your ice cold, ice-ridden water along with your meals is going to subdue the temperature of digestion and going to make it even more delayed and difficult for utilizing the utmost powerful strength of your Agni. So you have to make sure, we use the word tejas, where you need to convert, and that conversion mechanism of Agni is very important. Even, it's not only the physiological conversion, it is also the mental conversion, because when we listen to certain things like that, what you are listening today is, it is just a sensory experience, but that sensory experience has to be digested, metabolized, and converted what you understand and becomes a part of you. So it's the mental conversion of all the information is also fire and Agni which is needed for that. We use these terms called as bioaccelerator and bioenhancer, something which actually helps you to accelerate the process of digestion, something which actually enhances the cellular absorption, and that tejas, which is the innate fire in your strength, should be converted into the cooling aspect of the physiology, which actually nourishes and does all the repair and corrects the damage. When you don't have enough strength of Agni or fire in your body, the thing what you create is called as AMA, A-M-A. It's not an abbreviation for American Medical Association, but it is the residual impurities of digestion. One of my friends actually used the word iPod. iPod is incomplete product of your digestion. So how is your iPod? How is my iPod? What do you have in your iPod? What do I have in my iPod? Okay? It is all incomplete product of digestions which you need to digest, burn, and things very, very quickly. So it's a good habit to abstain from the food and refrain from snacking, and try to drink more water in between the meals so that it allows you not to have that ama buildup. Skipping meals or skipping dinner once a week or something is a smart idea, because it helps you to do this control burn to get rid of these